Well, you might think your screen is glitching, but it's not. This is what the world can look like when you're living with keratoconus. Keratoconus is an eye condition where the normally round cornea gradually thins and bulges into a cone shape, causing distorted and blurred vision, ghosting, and sensitivity to light. In many cases, it can run in families and be passed down through genetics. It also progresses in stages, often starting mild before becoming more severe over time. And this is what life with keratoconus has been like for me.
Hey, Voncha, give me lit.
Tell me how you feel.
Hey fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to do that clap, say this intro, and be back on YouTube. After 1.5 years, I'm finally back and ready to say everything because I have a lot for this story time. This is a storytime podcast episode, so grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get on with the story time. So, let me firstly start by saying I have suffered with my eyes from a little girl. I always thought it was pink eye or allergies because that's what I have been told by pharmacists, GPs, doctors, optometrists. My eyes would get red, they would get itchy, and I would take allergic eye drops, and there was a green eye drops that I'll post up here. But that's how I would cure this pain, which in reality, I was masking the pain. So I've always suffered with my left eye first, not necessarily my right eye, but because your eyes are watering most of the time, so I would mix the tissues. I would use the same tissue on both eyes, and sometimes I'd get that allergy. It would be passed on to the right eye. But I never knew how serious this was. And this is the reason why I'm telling you guys this story, not only because I take this YouTube channel as a family channel where my subscribers are my family and I tell you guys everything, but also because there are a lot of people out there that have been experiencing the same thing that I have, or know of anybody that's experiencing the same thing. And it's not easy. It's not something that's publicized, and it's not something that's really talked about, because every time I tried researching stuff like this, there was mostly pink eye, there was mostly conjunctivitis, and just allergies in general. So nobody really spoke about keratoconus and what that's like. So as I said, from a little girl, I have been experiencing eye problems, and it would mostly be when I'm out in nature, parks, flowers. It would just flare up, so I took it as allergies, just like how my optometrist told me. Started to really get crazy when I was in grade 10. In grade 10, I switched to online school for term 2 for different reasons. But I'm so grateful that I did, because I didn't know that life would take the turn that it did. So term 2 was normal. I was fine, doing my work on my laptop, writing, whatever, right? It's grade 10, term 3, and I start experiencing itchiness in my left eye. So I know this is normal. This is what I go through all the time. I go to the pharmacy, I go to my optometrist as well, and I'm prescribed these allergic eye drops, and that's what I use. And there's a green bottle, so let me post that here so you guys, maybe you'll know about it, but that's what I used to take. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna recover from this, it'll be fine, whatever. Not expecting it to go this route. So I take the eye drops, and it comes to this 1 week towards the end of term 3, and it is unbearable. My eyes are watering continuously, it is itchy, and I'm continuously wiping my eyes, which made it even worse and aggravated it so much more. My eyelids ended up being cut inside, like the top and the bottom, my eyes were super red, and it ended up spreading to my right eye. But at the time, I didn't know what that was. Just thought it was allergies, as I told you guys. So I go to the optometrist and they tell me that I have conjunctivitis.
Allergic conjunctivitis is a type of eye allergy. Without treatment, your symptoms could last the entire time.
That video said, they told me that I had conjunctivitis and it started on my left eye and it spread to my right eye. I was given eye drops and they told me that that will clear it up. Although they did do an eye test for me and they told me that my eyesight was fine and it was just conjunctivitis. So once that was done with, then I'd be fine as normal after that. But that is also the time that I found out that I am allergic to flowers. So to my knowledge, I thought, you know what, it's just the flowers and that's what the problem was. I continued, I took that eye drops, took it for about 4 days and it just continued getting worse. So I went to my GP and he gave me a saltine eye drops and I will show you guys here. This is what it looks like. But he gave me that and he told me this is what you take with an ointment that you're going to put in the bottom, and that's going to heal your eyelids and take away this conjunctivitis pain and irritation. So I took that and that really helped me because I took it for maybe 3 days and there was no pain at all. And I thought, you know what guys, it's done. I'm fine now. I continued with my life like normal, and that's when I started to see that my eyesight got really bad. It started getting really bad, but it was only my left eye. So as I was saying, from seeing nothing to seeing something, I was more than grateful. It was even in my everyday prayer, it was thank you God for letting me see normally and nicely again. That was what I would tell God every single day. I was ready to just go on with my life again. So I continued, and after that I did get some itchiness, red puffy eyes, but it wasn't as bad as the first time in grade 10. So I just took those eye drops again and I was fine. I went through grade 11 like normal, grade 12 like normal, and I did experience a little bit of blurriness on my left eye, but I never really cared about it. I was like, you know what, I'm fine, I'm just gonna go on with life. So and I'll get glasses like in the future, but let me just focus.
Yo, I am in disbelief. I am in disbelief. I am in disbelief.
So it comes to grade 12 and everyone's going for their learners, and I don't know what just made me say, you know what, I'm leaving this for next year. I'm focusing on grade 12. I'm focusing on matric. I will do this learners next year. So 2025 comes along. I finished matric. 2025 comes along and it's January and my parents are like, you're going for your learners now. You're done with school. You're doing your learners. So I go in January for an eye test and then I can go on for my learners. So I go and get the eye test and I sit in there and I know that my left eye is really bad, but I didn't think it was that bad, right? Because I can see.
What? Really? It really took you this long?
But when it comes to like focusing on letters and stuff like that, it's really bad. But I thought I would make it. For some reason, I thought I would make it. So I go for this eye test. They start off with my right eye and my right eye is fine, but we do half of the test. It comes to the other half of it and I can't really do it. Like I cannot see anything. All I can see is a white screen. So I say I can't see. The lady goes, okay, let's go to your left eye. Block this eye, go to this one. And she goes into the first letter. Let's put it up here. She goes into the first letter. All I can see is blank. White, blank screen. I can't even see the screen properly. All I can see is white. And when I tell you guys, I knew this is done. I'm not getting this learner's test right now. And I'm not passing this test at all. So she said, okay, we have a problem here. Let's stop the test. So she says, you know what? Let's do a scan for you. We go into the scan and she scans my left eye because that was the problem eye now at this time. She scans her left eye and she said she tries to do the scan 5 times. On the 5th time, she got a bit of a scan, because as you can see, this is the bad eye. So she gets a scan, improper scan, but it was okay enough to detect everything that she needed to. And she says, I think you have a problem with this eye, and I think that it is keratoconus, but I'm not going to diagnose it yet. I will let you go to a specialist to do that. But from my knowledge, your eye is your cornea is very distorted. Your vision is very blurry on there. And if you continue to do this test, you're gonna fail it. Right now, your main aim is to focus on your eyes, not on your learners. That has to come later on. And that's beyond crazy. And she's telling me, you know, there's surgery to fix this. You'll probably have to get glasses or contacts, but you can fix this. There's a surgery called cross-linking, and I will put up what that is so you guys know better. But cross-linking was the surgery that she told me about, and she said there's hope. You'll get through this. You'll go through this. You'll be fine after, and then you can do your learner's test and go for your learners. But right now, you need to focus on your eyes. That scares me so much, right? And I'm like, my parents are waiting for me, and I don't know what to even tell them, because I'm like, what just happened? So she goes, okay, you know what? I will tell your parents what's happening so they know exactly what's going on with your eyes. She explains it to my parents, and she says, okay, there's an optometrist that I'm referring you to. Go and get a proper eye test and see what she tells you afterwards. So we book this appointment and we go for this eye test, and she does the normal procedure, the normal eye test, and that's the same story. I already know I cannot see. So we go and we do the other scan, and I showed a video of this in the first part, but this is what my scan is gonna look like, right? This is a picture of the net, but my scan had mostly red. So that was literally scary, and they show you in a scale that red's like the highest. And she goes, okay, well, you have keratoconus, and the only thing that you can do is get a transplant. You have to get a dead, and this is her actual words, a dead person's eye. You have to get a transplant. That got me so scared. It dropped my confidence, my self-esteem, and it just made me so depressed because I didn't fully understand what she meant. So my parents were like, you know what? We're gonna go and take you to another specialist, and we're gonna see what they say. So I go to an ophthalmologist, a specialist, and I do all the tests necessary, and he says, yes, you do have keratoconus. It is very bad on your left eye, but you also have it on your right eye, but it's not as bad on your right eye. That's your good eye, and we're gonna try and save this eye. But don't worry, we're gonna get you contacts. You cannot get glasses, you cannot get soft contacts, you're gonna get hard contact lenses, which are like glass contacts, and they have a special solution. They have special plunges to take them in and out, and I will post them. I'll also show you guys what that's like putting them on.
Hey
so
fam,
I had to go.
So this part of today's video is me showing you how I apply my contact lenses. What I have in front of me is hard contact lenses, as I told you guys, or it's also called glass contacts. And the difference between applying soft contacts and hard contacts is the solution right here. So because the vision is distorted, the cornea is distorted and it's irregular, it has a bumpy surface. So what this solution does is it fills up those bumps, giving you a smooth surface which clears and corrects the vision. These are the plungers that you use to put them on, and this is the plunger that you would use to take them out. This is your normal solution that you will use to store your contact lenses. Before we start, your hands have to be washed before you put them on, just like normal contacts, but with this contacts you have to be really careful because a small speck of dust can scratch the contacts and scratch your eye. So it is very important that you have nothing applied on your hands even before this. So they advise me to do it before I apply skincare, just after showering. You have to either be sitting while you're doing this or preferably doing it on your bed to avoid them falling and crashing or scratching. They fall onto a towel or a soft surface, so that's why I have my towel here and my mirror is right here, and it's easier for me to see this way. Now that my contact is out, this is what it looks like. This is the inside and this is the outside. So before I put them on, it is very important to clean out your contacts. You're going to use your right hand to put your left contact on, and you're going to use your left hand to hold up your eyelashes. So you're going to hold up your eyelash like that, and you're going to tug the bottom down. We're going to fill up this contact and we're going to put a lot of solution. It needs to be right up like that. I'm going to zoom in, but it must be extra. And let's carry on with the next eye. You want to make sure that your eye is not dancing around. You want to make sure that it is straight, so when you're putting them on, they fit exactly on your cornea. Otherwise, if they go a little bit onto the white part of your eye, it will be extremely painful. It will feel like a scratchy sensation, and that's honestly a really scary feeling. So you want to take your time when putting this on. Now that my contacts are on, you can literally see, I'm going to show you guys up, a dot on the top, and that's where the dot must be. But gradually during the day it will move and you can just turn it if you don't want it to be visible, which in my case I do like it not to be visible, so I turn it. So let me show you how I take them out. So I have my mirror slanted and I have my orange plunger, the one that you use to take it out, and I usually start with my right eye, but today I'm going to start my left eye so it's easier for you guys to see. And you want it more in the bottom, just like that. I think it was easier to do it because you guys are watching me, so I don't want to make a mistake. But yeah, that's how you take it out. In the bottom. And there we go, out. And this is how you apply your contacts. Enjoy the rest of the video.
So I had to go to a different doctor to get that done, and he told me you cannot get surgery. So after like my third consult, he tells me you cannot get surgery because we cannot risk or anything happening to the right eye. He refers me to a new optometrist and he tells me that's where you're gonna get your glass contact lenses. They specialize in it, so you're in good hands for that. But I'm going to talk to a board of different optometrists and ophthalmologists, and we're going to come up with a solution for this, because right now I don't think you can get surgery. Your left eye is really bad and we don't want to affect the right eye either. So he asks me, do you have this in your family? Does anybody else have this in your family? And we try to think, and at the time nobody did. So he said, we don't know how this is happening, we're going to do further research. He goes and he talks to multiple other optometrists, ophthalmologists and specialists, and he tells me, well, we've come to a conclusion, you cannot get surgery. There's nothing that we can do for now, but the only thing that's going to help you is your contacts. We do further testing and he tells me, well, the reason you cannot see on your left eye is because tissue tore in your left eye. That honestly scared me so much, because that is why I was experiencing so much of pain in grade 10. It wasn't necessarily just conjunctivitis. That is where keratoconus reached its peak and it tore tissue in my eye. So at this point, at this stage in this whole procedure, in this whole testing, we find out that it might not be conjunctivitis, it was just keratoconus flaring up. So now at this point, I already know that I have it on both eyes. Left eye is bad and we cannot do anything about it. There's no saving this eye. That was honestly really crazy, but just kept my faith and we kept going on with it. So I did my normal testing. I got new eye drops that he prescribed for me and I went on with that. I got my contacts after that, and that was such a surreal moment because after going to almost every optometrist trying to get glasses and contacts, no one could help me, and no optometrist told me, this is it, there's your glasses, there's your contacts, you'll be fine. They were like, you know what, I can't help you, I'm sorry. So getting this glass contact lenses was absolutely crazy, and seeing for the first time, I cannot even explain that feeling to you guys because it has been like so many years that I haven't seen this well through my left eye. And I have to explain this feeling of getting my contacts that day. So I walk in and he's like, your contacts are ready, let's test them on. Let's put them, test it, and I'm alone. My parents are in the waiting room and I'm in the surgery and we're trying to put on this contacts, and he's teaching me how to put it on, and we're doing the test, the official eye test with the contacts to see if it's working. We do the right eye and I can see right until the last stage of this test, and I saw everything. And we go on to the left eye and I see everything, and that was honestly crazy for me because I never thought that I'd see through my left eye again. So it's December and I think, you know what, finally things are fine. I'm gonna film this video, and life throws me under the bush again because I start experiencing problems with my eye again, and now it's my right eye, so I'm even more scared because that's my good eye. I book an appointment with my specialist and I go and do a test. He does a test whereby there's a dye that you put in your eye that you see whether there's an infection or what, and I did have an infection in my right eye due to the contact lenses. So it scratched my eye and that was a problem. So I was prescribed medication and 3 different eye drops. One was a tear drop, one was the normal eye drop to take away the infection, and there was an ointment. And I was like, you know what? I thought that this December would be fine. I would party, everything would be fine. I had a long year, a long crazy year, but it's okay. Let's go through this. I go through this and it's fine. I recovered. Thank the Lord that I recovered. Then I find out that the max I can handle the contact lenses for, like they said, was 4 hours. If you are using glass contact lenses, more than 4 hours, you would know, is beyond crazy. You're going to see a purple ring, and I will post pictures of that, but it'll be a purple ring around. You will feel discomfort, and it will honestly feel very red and itchy after taking it out. With these contacts, no water can come near your eyes, and you have to be really careful also with putting them on, because a small little speck of dust or anything will scratch the contacts and your contacts are done with. And those are really costly because it depends on your prescription, obviously. Just want to talk about the first testing that I did with the specialist. I had to do about 5 tests on both eye. When it came to my left eye, and there was a specific test where it was a bright flashing light, and you would see, and they would tell you, you'd see purple for 5 seconds, like only purple when you open your eye. When I tell you guys, I did each of these 5 tests over 10 times, and they could not get a proper scan for my left eye, and that's how bad my left eye was. So this testing was really crazy for my left eye mostly, but my left eye was a problem eye, but my right eye seemed to be fine. They took a few tests, but they managed to get a proper scan of it. As you can see, guys, and I can see the difference, but you can see that this eye, the cornea is really bulging. So you out there who are watching this video, if you have been diagnosed with keratoconus, or you know someone that has been diagnosed with keratoconus, I just want to say that you are not alone. I'm here for you. My DMs are open. If you have any questions about this condition, feel free to message me. Any question, there's no stupid questions, there's no silly questions. I will happily answer them all. I know this is a very dark and scary place to be in, and I wouldn't want anyone to feel as alone and depressed as I did. I had a very amazing support system behind me. My family got me through this really well. I'm not gonna cry right now, but take 2 of that. I was not about to just cry on YouTube, but it really makes me emotional because I had a really good support system behind me. My parents, who have been through this whole journey with me. It has been really scary to watch them see this whole journey with me, see these eye tests. I just want to say thank you to my parents for getting me through this journey, for going through every eye test with me and seeing the most craziest scans ever of my eye. And it's crazy because while you're doing that test, you look at them and they look a little scared. They don't know what to think of it, but after we come out of the test, they'll be like, it's fine, it's okay, we'll get through this, and they'll be strong. So I just want to say thank you to my parents, thank you to my sister for always making me laugh after that, and to my boyfriend, who also will just make me laugh after that, and he'll say, there's nothing to worry about, it's okay. I'm so sorry for getting emotional in this video. That was never my intention, and I never thought that I would cry on camera, but this journey has been really emotional for me. Anyone that experienced this will know what this feeling is like, and will know that it's a very dark feeling. So when you have people around you that make it lighter, it's really something to be grateful for. So enough of the emotional talks and the crying. As I mentioned in the first part of the video, that the whole reason of me finding out was because of wanting to do my learners. I did end up getting my learners last year, and I will get my driver's license this year, hopefully. But apart from all of that, 2026 has been really amazing. I started modeling this year. I joined a modeling agency and I started doing runway modeling, and that has honestly been God sent for me because it boosted my confidence so much. Really taught me a lot about confidence and just bringing Kelly back. It was amazing to do my first runway, and I will post all of those clips here. But just to socialize and be back and do stuff that makes me feel happy again was just beyond exciting. And I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey of modeling with me. And never in a million years did I ever think that I'd start runway modeling. Like, I knew I loved social media and marketing new products, advertising new products, doing UGC creation. So I thought I'd be doing promotional modeling mostly. But I started runway modeling, and I'll do a cool montage for that. But this experience has been really, really amazing for me. And for people that are experiencing keratoconus, I just want to say that putting yourself out there is going to seem crazy. It's going to seem really scary, but trust me, it's so worth it. You don't want to be in that dark phase forever. So socialize as much as you can, talk about your problems, and just put yourself out there. That's the best advice that I can give. Also, not every day is going to seem amazing. There are days now that you wake up in the morning and it's this huge headache from your eyes right until here, going down to your neck. Migraines all the time, you feel nauseous, and it's really uncomfortable to live with. So not every day is an amazing day, but you will get through it. And take that break if you need that break. If your eyes are calling for that break, take that break. What I'm trying to say is, you don't have to compare yourself, and you should not compare yourself to any other person out there. I know that if you're a teenager just like me and you are experiencing this, you look at other teenagers' lives and you say, you know what, I want to be doing what they're doing. I want to be socializing like that. I want to be going out like that. And it's not easy. So what you're going through is a lot, and you deserve a break. You are enough. Stay brave, stay confident. And even if you feel like your confidence is really dropping, remind yourself that you are amazing and you'll get through this. And talk about your problems, because honestly, talking about this experience has really made me happy and grateful. Also, that I have this beautiful platform that I get to share this experience on, because to me, that's everything that I've ever asked for. This YouTube channel, from the start, I said that it will be for me to vlog my journey of life. And now that this new chapter of my life has scared me so much, but also taught me so much and changed me so much, I'm so grateful that I get to share it with you guys and get to give other people that don't know much about it the knowledge, the feeling to know that it's okay. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the post notifications to be notified when I post next. I have a lot more exciting opportunities and a lot more exciting content that I know you guys are going to love. So make sure you're part of the journey with me. I love you all so much. Thank you for going through this journey with me. If you stayed through today's video, put the red hearts so I know. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Well, this has been my life living with keratoconus. A journey filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments where I questioned everything. But it has also been a journey of growth, resilience, and hope. From simply trying to get through each day, experiencing incredible opportunities like walking my very first runway and modeling for Edgar's fashion, I've learned that our circumstances don't have to define our future. Living with keratoconus has changed the way I see the world, both literally and figuratively. It has taught me to appreciate the little things, to celebrate every victory no matter how small, and to never take a single moment for granted. I'm endlessly grateful for the people who stood by me, lifted me up when I felt defeated, and reminded me of my strength when I couldn't see it myself. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's be grateful for what you have, cherish the people you love, and remember that even in your darkest moments, you're never truly alone. Thank you for being here and for being a part of my journey. I love you all so much. Until next time, take care.